I don't think that any of us want to hide anything. In order to have an open relationship based on trust, we must always be vulnerable. Very often we are attacked, or what we see as attacked. It's not attacked, it's just a student's attempt to explore reality.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe.
it's not an attack. It feels like an attack, but it's not. It's just a student's attempt to explore reality because from the student's perspective, they're wondering, who are you? Who are you
Yeah.
really? Who are
Mhm.
you? Where are you
Mhm.
from? What are you doing here? Who are
Mhm.
you? Why are you in front of us? Why should we listen to you?
Yeah.
Give us reasons, give us answers. Now, from your perspective, it's they have these probing questions that will will feel like an attack, but they're just exploring who you are. And that means that they don't know who you are because there's some kind of barrier in the communication. If there's some kind of barrier, it's because something is hidden. So that's why my question is, what is hidden? You know that children can smell fear.
Mhm.
Yeah, like wild animals. I mean, fear is actually a sense that we give off, right? And
Mhm.
students in a classroom, it's a very magnified and intense environment, and students are going to smell the fear instantly. Yeah, and they're going to react like, what's that smell? What's that smell? And the questions they ask you are to get to the heart of what is that. Maybe they don't know how to ask intellectual questions. Maybe all they know how to do is disrupt things.
Mhm.
That's what they've learned in that kind of environment. And part of the teacher's complex job is to help students grow up and realize that that way is not the right way, especially beyond a certain point of growing up. Yeah, it might be fine to do when you're 5 to 7 years old, but it's not okay when you're 12 to 15. I don't define it as a problem when we understand what it is, right? And I know that's a very easy way to say that, well, there's not really a problem there when there is something that we need to deal with. But it's it it's coming to terms with who we are. It's not so much a problem as understanding. If I go back to the motivations and the mantras and the meditations, it's understanding how it is that we can become comfortable with ourselves when we realize that none of us are perfect. Yeah, and it's it's hard. I mean, the contradictions are everywhere. It's not about if the school's the right place. It's whether you can become the person that you need to become. Well, that's my experience in life, is that when things go horribly wrong, which they do from time to time, there's a lesson to be learned from that. You don't just go and do the same stupid thing again. You go, okay, that was wrong. That didn't work. Let's learn from that. Let's see what works. Let's take something from that. Let's use what worked and try to add it to something new and see where we can go. And then it, the greatest way that we can live our life is to all be scientists and slowly experiment with ourselves and the things around about us to understand who we are. And that happens at different ages and at different stages for everybody.